Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another stream. Hi, it's me, you're the best hellhound around, Cherry. I've been told it's best to lie about these things, so that way, to inflate my ego, I don't know. Why the doggo barking here? Because this is my house, and you're just living in it.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, we gotta fake it till we make it. Hello, ads. Oh no. Well, the ads should be over in 1 minute, and we're just blib blabbing until the big. Cherry has been under the weather for the past couple of days.
Because of the weather.
Yes, because of the weather. That's true. Probably, well, it's probably a combination of things for me, but the weather is probably partially the reason why Cherry has been the ick. Cherry's workplace AC also broke, and for some reason the room gets more humid and hotter inside than it is outside. It's one of those kind of rooms. It's no insulation, so it's freezing in the winter and hot in the summer in that room. Dang, I wonder why people don't like working. You can't even provide comfortable working conditions for your employees. It's crazy. Anyway, needless to say, I almost threw up, so I took a half day from work, basically. I got halfway through work, and I was like, I'm gonna throw up. And they're like, do it in the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom. I did not throw up, but I dry heaved a little.
Oh, gotta love that.
Yeah. Because my
there's
body...
Like one thing that I hate, it's throwing up.
But because I'm welcome back. Yeah, I dry heaved a little bit. So nothing came up, thankfully, because they would have felt bad because they got us donuts. Because one of my, now technically for realsies, my boss, is celebrating she got the promotion. So she gave us a donut. I didn't want to throw up the donut. Thank you for the follow, Gregor. Welcome to the stream. Oh, thank you. Look at that. We got the follower goal. 640. What a time to be alive. Guys, you need to keep making that number go up. Keep it up. The more followers I get, the more people see me. This is how this works, right?
I think so.
I'm counting on you all. Alright. So, where we last left off in Fate's Day Night, Shirou is dying. But I'm sure it'll be fine.
He's heaving of his own.
Yeah. I'm sure Shirou will be fine. I'm sure. I mean, we were told this was the correct route to go on. Then why would Taiga lie to us?
I mean, this is just part one, right?
Yeah.
This is part one of Fate's Day Night. I can't do anything. I can't get near Kotamine, and I can't stop that black mud.
That's true.
There's not enough time for me to hold back about using projection. It's my only hope. Just like the entire time, it's like, this was a mistake. This was a mistake. I should not have fought him alone. I should not have fought him alone. I should have stayed with Saber.
Shirou, are you sure you should use protection now that you don't have Avalon to, heal you? That's the only reason the last 2 times you summoned the sword worked.
The fact that I have to make the choice between summoning a weapon that can save me or destroying my body just shows, like, how many poor decisions I made to get to this position. If there's no way forward, I just have to project Saber's sword again. It should be able to cut through that black mud and give me a chance to rush Kotamine. Is that all? If you've given up, say so. The moment he speaks...
Oh my gosh.
Huh?
He's so edgy. Oh.
A tidal wave of mud crashes over me!
When we play Fate at Hollow Ataraxia, you'll get to know more intimately about this mud. But not right now.
Mm-hmm. The mud has a personality.
Mm-hmm.
I look up just in time to dodge. Okay, good. I don't think we dodged it the last time. The mud itself isn't bad. It's slow compared to saber strikes when we sparred. It doesn't change direction, so it's easy to dodge. But that only applies when there's just one tentacle.
Oh my god, there's multiple tentacles. Gross.
Yeah. I don't like just one tentacle alone. Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't just the word itself is ugh.
Ugh.
I can't handle multiple attacks at once, or those that strike from behind as soon as I've dodged another. As a result, I can only move around, and still mud slowly covers me.
You know, I like that we've traumatized Orgo in our little channel where I post all the Fate stuff, because there was a monster that just came out in Fate Grand Order that was just absolutely disgusting. It was gross. And I was like, ew, gross. But I was mostly talking about Zoken.
I know. The funny thing is, it's like for the actual monster itself, it's
Yeah.
like I've seen worse.
Yeah. I was like, ew, gross. Also, the monster's gross too.
Also, please give Ronnie a bra.
Yeah, please give Ronnie a bra. That's all we ask. But I think Ronnie might reject wearing the bra. She doesn't seem to like undergarments.
Oh, okay, but there's this thing called, like, indecent exposure laws. It doesn't matter what she wants. It's what the law says.
Yeah, true.
Get away!
Oh, brighter side of the chapter. So we mostly hung out with, name escapes me right now, but you know, one of the evil goddess that's possessing Sakura, that one. Kama? Yeah, Kama. So we mostly hung out with Kama for that entire thing, as she acted as our servant for that. She was the one who got to brutally murder Zoken. So that was a plus.
Cool.
And she was all like, "Goodbye, grandfather." So Sakura's still somewhere in there. That's which is nice to know.
There's no time to rest. I'm not going to be able to use my projection. Projection requires me to form an image of a weapon from the very beginning, so I need at least a full minute of concentration.
Good, don't do it.
But if I give Kotomine an opening like that, the only thing left of me will be smoking bones.
Oh my god, guys! We got the correct thing! Because this time Shirou has decided to use his brain!
I don't know, I feel like he went through this thought process before, too. Everywhere the mud touches me, I go numb.
I've gone so numb, I can't feel you there. Sorry.
I'm trying to remember what that song is like. I've gone something numb.
Yeah.
At least it's not painful, but if that mud covers my entire body, I might not even know whether I'm dead or alive.
Well, that's just a video game series, though, but you know, it's whatever. Sorry. We should be very serious. This is the climax.
If that covers my entire body, I might not even know if I'm until dawn.
Yeah.
If that happens, I'm a goner. I'd melt away, bones and all. I can only run.
Anyway, speaking of video games, did you see that everybody is like super confused about that Sonic racing game?
I saw that there was a Sonic racing game coming out and it was getting a bunch of crossovers.
Yeah.
I didn't know people were confused about it.
Well, I don't know, confused. Or I don't know what the right word is. They're just posting a lot of weird stuff on Twitter because of it. Like, oh my god, Hatsune Miku in a Sonic game? Well, I mean, like, well, yes, I think they're both owned by Sega, or at least Sega does a lot of the Hatsune
it's all
Miku
Sega.
games.
It's all Sega stuff. I mean, this is not the first time they've crossed over with Persona 5.
Mm-hmm. Persona 5, Like a Dragon Man, I don't remember his name. And then
Isn't
Minecraft
that from
Steve! Minecraft Steve.
Now, is it Minecraft? Is it Is it game Minecraft Steve or is it Jack Black Minecraft
It's game
Steve?
Minecraft Steve, don't worry.
It bothers me how many people like that movie.
Is this your first time reading Fate? What's our first time reading the official translation?
I mean, I'm not a Fate newbie. I started with Fate Extra.
Let's just say we've been around the block for the Fate franchise. We may
You
have.
know, I'm something of a Fate fan myself.
Yeah. We may have been a part of some forums here and there.
We don't need to talk.
We don't
about
need to
that.
talk about that. We may have helped spread the meme of Sasaki Kojiro, the savior of France. But that's neither here or there.
We certainly enjoyed that meme when it was relevant.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's only a matter of time until I run out of steam, but I have to keep running for now. I have no chance of reaching Kotomide while all I'm doing is avoiding the mud. It bothers me how much they repeat words.
So much mud.
It's like, it's only a matter of time until I run out of steam, but then I have to keep running.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's not the first time. It's like, I see that.
I can't tell if
constantly,
this is a Natsuism or if this is just a translator problem, because I feel like with Fate Grand Order, I feel like we don't have this much of an issue, but I don't know if that's because it's the mobile game and he has less space to write stuff. So, I don't know.
I don't know.
I
don't get it.
I don't know.
The mud pours like a waterfall behind me, so trying that way isn't an option either. If I'm going to have any chance of getting near him, I have to do something about this mud!
This mud!
This mud, this mud, this mud!
Mud!
Ouch! Huh?
Well.
Oh. Ugh. I can't believe it! I picked now of all times to trip?
Oh, dang. He be tripping, yo.
Shouldn't have done that acid beforehand. Saber said it was gonna be Saber said it would have been a fun time. It was not a fun time.
It was not a fun time, Saber. The acid you gave me was bad. What? No, I'm having the top of a light life, Shirou. What are you talking about?
It's like I'm sorry. It's just I need to be tripping in order to deal with Gilgamesh. I figured the same would be true for Kotomine. Kotomine stares down at me as if I were a piece of trash.
You know, Shirou, he's not looking down at you, a piece of trash. He doesn't have feelings, remember? He just feels just indifferent, honestly.
Yeah.
I think this is how he stares at everyone.
Like dirt.
Yeah.
It's more like you look like you're part of the ground.
Yeah.
Like dirt. If we were in a landfill, he would see you as a piece of trash.
That's true.
He points a finger at me, and several snakeheads rear up from the lake. What the? Get up. I try to get up, but fall again. I fall. The snakes pursue me.
Shirou, for the last time, you're not supposed to fall for Coach Mine. This is not how this works.
But I still fall.
No, Shirou, don't fall for him. He's not worth it, baby boy. I'm sorry, I've read too many dojins. Anyway.
Someone needs to get a restraining order against that woman for me. Why? Black mud splashes over the back of my neck. Why?
I too would like to know why all those dojins exist, Shirou, but I just don't know the answer.
Now that I look closer, my right leg is entirely black.
Well, now he's gonna need a new leg. Damn. They got those lying around, right?
Not sure who's talking here. I assume it's not Shirou or Kotomine. It could be Gilgamesh. This ends here. Oh no, it is.
It is Kotomine.
It is Kotomine. This ends here.
I expected this to be more entertaining, but you are Karitsugu's son. What a disappointment you turned out to
Ha,
be.
you don't need to tell me that. My dad told me that all the time. Especially when I was trying to be a hero.
Oh, your father didn't love you either.
What? I look up. I'm still conscious. My wrists and neck are bound in chains of mud, but I can still feel my body.
What a twist.
Why don't you finish me off?
Soon, but that would be in poor taste. You are Karitsugu's shadow, so the debt he owes me from 10 years ago will be repaid with your death.
So the difference between the two rounds is just because Kotomine just decided to play with his food? God damn it.
Basically, yes.
My skin burns where the mud touches it. It feels like acid is seeping from my pores. I grit my teeth, trying to endure the pain, and check my right leg. It's completely black. I can't feel it and it won't move. I need to either get this mud out of me or pour magical energy through the affected areas to push out the coagulated blood.
Gross.
Either way, the moment I try to move my right leg, I'll probably tear off every muscle in it.
Gross.
Fine. I don't care.
I think that's
I
Shirou.
don't care. But why do you hate Karitsugu so much? Did him destroying the Holy Grail get to you that much?
No, actually, I found that quite enjoyable.
Oh, it's nothing serious. My hatred stems from our kinship. Everything he did struck a nerve. It's not unlike your feelings of disgust for me.
And then that bastard went to go and die somewhere else and not give me the joy of killing him himself. Bastard.
Indeed. I never got to repay him for the hole he put in me.
Mm-hmm.
What? Cut the crap! Don't you dare say that Karitsugu and you are similar!
Boy, you don't even know your own father.
Oh boy, oh, I'm going to have a lot of fun with this.
Mm-hmm.
I see. I suppose saying that would enrage you, yes. He was such a virtuous man, letting someone like me go. Even after I caused that great fire, he only bothered to defeat me, not kill me. And now you know what a mistake that was.
No, I'm pretty sure he shot to kill. I remember him, like, shooting you execution style.
Mm-hmm.
If only Karitsugu had killed me, those orphans would be living peaceful lives as we speak.
You!
Should've went for the head. Like a zombie.
He did. I'm pretty sure he did. It didn't work.
It didn't work. Came back to life. Well, what's stupid is that Kirituku. The only thing I can think of is that Kotomine, before, I am assuming this is overall just a major retcon in general again, but it is also due to the fact that I am sure executioners are also very difficult to kill. In the regular sense. I'm sure that the way that Natsu has them written, because the only other executioner we know of is Ciel, and I know technically she can't die because of mumble-wumbo-ness.
Mumbo-wumbo-ness.
Yes, the mumble-wumbo-ness is that.
That's an area of fate that we haven't really explored.
Well, I don't... Well, you kind of have to read Tsukihime to understand what's going on with CL, so...
So in order to get the Wombo, you have to read the Mumbo. Got it.
You gotta get the Wombo, you need to read the Mambo. Basically, CL is technically unkillable because of bullshit. But I think executioners in general are supposed to be not easy to kill. That's...
Like, I remember, didn't he have like bulletproof magic or something?
something like that.
I feel like Kirei, like,
Yeah.
he would get shot at, and he would just like block it with his arms,
Mm-hmm.
if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
So regardless, I'm sure Natsu wrote Kirei not to be able to be easily killed, regardless of the bullshit that the wobble bobble bullshit that uh uh Ura Butcher over there when he decided to fill in the blanks for everybody. Because as we all know, Fate is a collaborative, and Natsu okays things based on how cool they are.
And I mean, again,
Yeah.
we are not actually seeing what Kotomine is describing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we only like he's telling us what happened, but hey,
Yeah.
Kotomine is kind of a he's kind of like a liar pants on fire.
Mm. He does lie a lot, but he also, this could just be what he believes at the same time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he was
Yeah.
he was dead / unconscious when the fire started.
Yeah.
So for all he knows, it's like, oh, maybe I did cause this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can't always take characters at their word in
Yeah.
fiction.
Mm-hmm.
You know there's no retort to that. I find it unpalatable as well, though. As ruthless a mage as him showing compassion and helping his enemy, I find it offensive.
That story again. Saber told me before that Kuritsugu was a first-class mage, and he would do anything to accomplish his goals.
Welcome to conflicting information.
Yeah, it's like Shiro's being told things about his father from two people who hated his father.
Mm-hmm.
But then...
But that was not his mistake. His mistake was thinking that the war would end with the destruction of the Holy Grail. He never told you anything because in his foolish optimism, he believed the Holy Grail War had ended, and his life came to an end as the cause ate away at him.
Curse. You said cause.
Oh, curse.
Yeah.
As the curse ate away at him.
I don't think that's what happened.
It's just like that whole line, like that whole sentence just doesn't make sense to me, but okay.
Yeah, okay. I don't think he knew he failed at destroying the holy. Okay, whatever. If that's what you believe, Kotomine, okay.
What a fool he was. He cursed himself and let me go, then died only a few years later. He believed he accomplished something. He believed he ended the Holy Grail War. Deluded fool.
Nah, he went back to Russia multiple times to try to get his daughter and then failed and broke down in misery. He died as he lived. A miserable man.
Failing.
Yeah.
Why, you! Hold on.
That's... Shirou, think about it. You were there when he died. You know?
Does that mean... Kuritsugu died because of Kotomine?
No.
What did the peaceful face he had on the night of his death mean?
That he gave up. that he just
I'll
gave
tell you
up,
what it means.
Shirou.
It means he's just... Thank God this is fucking
It just
over.
means that he's done. And then he's like... It's like, maybe I'll see my wife in the afterlife. I think that's what that was.
My wife, my adopted mom.
Mm-hmm.
Not my dad though. I
I
really
hope-
hope
I
I
hope
don't
my
go
dad's
to the
in
same
the other
place as my
place.
dad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Let me ask you one last thing.
No.
Yes.
No.
Tell me of Kuritsugu's final moments. Did he pass on something to you, his son? Did he croak satisfactorily? The utter cretin. He accomplished nothing at all and simply put all the responsibility on you. I bet his death was absolutely comical.
I mean, I thought it was funny. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up!
Oh, he's talking to us. He's talking to us as you're the peanut gallery. The
no.
one who can't, the people who can't stop talking while they're talking.
I kick at the ground.
You know, one of these days, if I get popular, I want to be animated, guys. I want to be animated like the hecklers for the Muppet Show.
Oh! I want to be Wardorf. I force my leg to move, flooding it with magical energy.
It was the only good thing during the gaming awards last year.
Mm-hmm.
The hecklers. They said what we were all thinking.
Yeah, they tore into them.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
It was very brutal what they did, but I agreed with almost everything that they said.
Well, hey.
It's like what's that?
Truth
DLC
plus
getting
knowledge
game
equals
of
comedy.
It's like, what's that? DLC getting game of the year? It's like, what's next? Pre-order for a lifetime achievement?
I think that the biggest, and then in the end, I was Astrobot that fucking won.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Honestly, though, the game is...
The Baldur's Gate, Sven from Baldur's Gate, like, his speech was really good.
Yeah. I love the time everybody takes shots fired at the... Shots fired! Everybody get down!
Mm-hmm.
Calling out everybody in the game industry. Why don't you make games fun again?
Because that's not profitable. Somehow.
For some reason, this is the year of indies. Indies rise! Make the games we want to play. I hope Nintendo burns after what they've done for the Switch 2.
Which is apparently out now. I wasn't even aware it was out now.
Yeah, it just came out. Like, yesterday? Was it yesterday?
I mean, I'm assuming so. I feel like Thursday is when is usually when video games get released.
It was either yesterday or the day before. It was this week. I know that it just happened. Anyway, sorry we keep getting distracted. So much stuff happened this week.
Are you still talking about the Game Awards?
Yes. Well, actually, no. We moved on to talking about how the Switch 2 is effed. Because now you have to log in with the internet in order to use your Switch 2. Because you pay for the license to play the Switch. You do not own the Switch, so says Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is stupid.
It's just like, from the moment they showed that the tutorial, like the software tutorial was a paid feature, like that was like the instant I knew it's like, this is not gonna end well.
I just hope at this point more companies are gonna start trying to stick it to Nintendo and say no. But look, I'm just saying, if video games start to cost $80, $90 plus, nobody's gonna want to buy your fucking game, brah. We didn't even want to pay for the $100 games that have already come out.
I mean, Oblivion's Remastered's rating has stayed consistently in the very good range on Steam reviews, despite the fact that it still has all the bugs that the original Oblivion had. But the reason people are forgiving of it is because A, it's a good game, and B, it's $50.
Yeah, it's $50 game. They remade it with higher graphics. It's definitely not just a port over. And it still has all of the bugs that it was known for. And everybody's like, I log onto Oblivion. I fling myself across the continent. Ah, good times. They're like, it's just how I remember. Maybe they wanted the bugs specifically. But anyway, I feel like I missed a few things. What's happening?
We're whining, we're complaining. We are olds who are complaining about modern games.
We are complaining about games and stuff like that, and everybody's like, games were always expensive. And I'm like, not expensive like this. And everybody's all like, it's like, you never got, like, it's like, and I'm like, yes, you would buy one console, but that's not entirely true either. But and I'm like, but you would get, you'd be able to get games affordable. Games would be affordable. You'd be able to get games at affordable prices.
You know what it is? Like, there's just, like, these AAA publishers, they have so many, like, cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And they're all, like, stepping on each other's toes, and they have to, like, throw, like, a bunch of money around to, like, fix that.
Yes. I would kill for the PS2 era again. Me too. That's why we play mostly we play older games from that era.
I was watching that. I showed you one short of this. I don't know if you checked it out, but Murphy and Mitzi. There was a Christmas like skit that they did where they're like talking to Santa Claus, and Murphy, who's the little boy cat, like he has like this magazine that he's showing him. It's like a PS2 advert, and it's just like, oh, that just hits me right in the heart.
I miss when the people weren't afraid to try things with games, and I miss that. See, the problem is that when a company gets too many stakeholders into them, because, you know, it's all about making money at that point, which is why I think a lot of companies need to go back to building smaller studios and, like, not rely on funding from outside.
But if you do that, EA is going to swoop in, devour them, and then break up the studio.
EA still exists. I thought they were in trouble.
I mean, it definitely still exists, but we need these things are not going to get better until these AAA.
Well, until the AAA companies collapse, which I feel
exactly.
like
They need we need them to fail.
I think we're in the process. I think we're getting close to a bunch of things collapsing because of because stuff is getting pretty bad. What was it? Ubisoft? It was Ubisoft that collapsed, right? Didn't it? It got bought out or something.
Let's see.
Yeah, the people who did Assassin's Creed and stuff like that. But who's to know? Maybe they tanked their stocks on purpose just to get a payout. Because you text me telling me, question mark, question mark, question mark. I know the people who did Assassin's Creed, I think their company got bought out by BlackRock, but I'm not certain. Or at least their stocks have done super terrible or something like that.
I mean, I'm having a very hard time finding anything on like which company got bought, but
I know a company got bought, but I cannot remember which one it is. But of course, this is all of the crazy stuff that's just been happening in general. I mean, I don't know how much is publicly. Holy rip! I hope they actually make a good Assassin's Creed again. Well, the thing is that if that company's gotten bought out, who makes Assassin's Creed, we're never gonna get another Assassin's Creed company because of the people who bought the company just like to buy things just to have IPs, not to actually make stuff. From what I understand, that's how BlackRock operates. It's kind of like how Disney buys out and shuts down studios. And that's why you don't get new animated stuff. Instead of, like, finishing stuff that's, like, halfway into production, because you might as well, because they bought the studio, right? Nope, shut it down! Shut down the studio, they say. No, finish your movie. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't see anything. I'm looking at Yang Ye's channel. If there was like a buyout, he would report it on it. I don't see anything from him on like a major. It's just more typical bullshit. EA cancels 3 games in 3 months. Bungie is unraveling because of Marathon.
But in general, I am not sure what is happening in general. I can't remember where the only company I paid attention to Lucid was Nissan.
The car company?
Nissan? The car company?
Nissan?
Yeah.
I had a Nissan last year, but I don't anymore. Now I have a Toyota.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like the AAA studios are scrambling. Well,
they keep getting their ass handed to them by these smaller companies. Like first it was Baldur's Gate, and now it's Expedition 33.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing so bad, they're thinking of selling their headquarters in Japan. Understandable. I mean, I feel like there's just a lot of markets that are volatile right now. With how things may go. But, anyway, speaking of video games things. Like with the Boulder Games, it's Expedition 33. Expedition 33, which was made by a 20-man team! And then they're like, you know what? We're not going to sell this at the same amount everybody else sells. We're going to sell it for less. And we're also going to give you a 5% off for the week that it comes out. So they gave people a discount for buying their game on the release date of it. And I'm like, good on you, Expedition 33. I'm going to buy it eventually. Just not now. I have so much other backlog. It's on my wish list.
I actually got it for my brother for his birthday a few weeks ago.
I have so much backlog to play right now that I can't play it just yet. I haven't even gotten through Baldur's Gate, but that's my own fault. I'm too easily distracted.
What I need to do is I actually need to go back and finish playing the PS4 Digimon World game.
Yeah.
So I can be ready for October.
Yes. I have Digimon. I have Did I buy World recently? I don't know. I remember. I know that a bunch of them on sale. I might have forgot. I thought I was going to, and then I didn't. But yeah, there's Digimon World, and there's Digimon Cyber Sleuth, and Digimon the Cyber Sleuth Hacker Memory, which is a one thing together. But yeah, the game that's coming out for Digimon is a story game, not a Worlds game. So it's more like Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory.
That's what I meant. I need to play Cyber Sleuth.
Yeah.
That's the one that I meant.
Yeah.
It's like I knew it was Digimon something, but I got it mixed up with the world and story. You're right, it is story.
Yeah, Digimon Cyber Sleuth and Digimon Hacker's Memory are the ones that you'll probably want to play to prepare yourself. Digimon World is a completely different beast. You do not control anything in Digimon World, really. It is. I think I would like to give it a go again at some point, but it's a hard game to play because your Digimon only have, like, a set life expectancy. Which sounds weird, but it's okay, they're Digimon. They're supposed to they are supposed to operate like this. So the Digimon die, but they turn back into Digi-Eggs, and then they hatch again, and then you have to raise them back up from level 1.
Look, when a computer gets old, sometimes it's better just to reset it to factory settings.
True. And then you raise it up, and then it becomes a completely different computer.
With all new kinds of viruses.
LOL.
because you wanted a program to download YouTube videos.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how Digimon World works. It's technically your Digimon do get stronger with each as Azure likes to call it, factory reset. But it still takes a long fucking time, because and I'm like, now it's like your Digimon died and you lose all your progress and you have to go back to the thing, and it gets even worse because you're raising 2 Digimon at the same time, and if one of them dies, then that means the other's gonna die not too long after, and now they're out of sync. And now you're like, well, how am I supposed to Digivolve them into 2 different Digimon that'll data fuse and become one super mega Digimon if they both won't stay alive the same amount of time?
And then what happens when even if you do get it, that super mega Digimon, what happens when it dies?
You have to start over again. Digimon World is a cruel game! It's cruel! Alright, let's get back to Fate Stay Night. Sorry, I needed that break.
Are you done?
Yes. Sorry, Kotamine.
Shirou reacting to us yapping for the past 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Muscles tear, but I ignore it as I lunge forward on all fours like a wild animal.
What the fuck? Sounds horrible. Digimon story? Yeah, it's kind of bad. I like the game, I do, but I don't recommend it to anybody ever, because there's so many because it's a pet raising game. It's not a traditional RPG. I don't know if anybody's ever played the original World or had a Tamagotchi or the Digimon version of a Tamagotchi. I don't know if any of you've had those. But that's basically what Digimon World is. It's basically a game version of the Tamagotchi version of Digimon. You have to feed them, you have to take them to the bathroom, you have to train them to get certain stats so they digivolve the way you want them to, and then if they don't get the right stat, then they digivolve into a poop monster. And then you're like, what am I supposed to do with this poop monster?
Use it to raise a plant Digimon?
I don't know. They're not. They're very weak, Digimon. Numemons are weak. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with them. And then you're like, I want it to evolve.
Cherry holding a newborn child. I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah. I want it to evolve into a Greymon, but it gave me this instead. How am I supposed to get a Megamon now? Cry. Anyway, so Shirou's gonna go and attack Kotamine like a wild animal.
Mm-hmm.
That's neat.
Good. There's the ferocity I expected.
Kotamine holds his hand over the waterfall behind him. I don't know what he's thinking. That cascade of mud is a curse so dense it can be seen. It would be fair to call it a mass of magical energy meant only to destroy people. There's no room to modify it, to change its shape. Anyone who touches that mud will be contaminated by its potent curse, and then dissolve as if the stuff were digesting them.
Gross.
Which means the pain and fear felt in those dying moments lingers as magical energy becomes the next curse to seek out the living. Whoever touches that stuff will die. And any who touch it will die unless they can get the mud out of themselves.
Alright, I get it. God. People die when they're killed. I get it, Shirou.
Even so, the priest sticks his hand into the waterfall, smiling.
It's time for your reward. You shall die in the same manner as Karitsugu.
He fills his hand with darkness. I know instinctively that this will be different than before. A flash of light illuminates the world. The moment I realize it's the light of Saber's noble phantasm.
Woo?
Mine you.
What? Angry Manju?
No, it's Angry Matthew. Priest's words plunge the world into darkness.
Oh, wait, he said manju. Ah, the food. Right, got it.
No, he said Mapu Tofu.
Oh!
She'd been blinded by light a moment ago, but now she's cast into darkness. If she had been conscious, she would have seen that it was a black polar light. The darkness was momentary. But it was not darkness, it was a swarm of tiny curses. The darkness sweeps her body away, and the discomfort jolts her to wakefulness.
I cast magic missile at the darkness.
Okay, the darkness ate the missile.
Aw. Who? Wait, I saw.
This has to be you.
What? Who's talking?
I don't know.
Is it Gilgamesh now? Who?
Maybe it is.
Who's talking?
I sigh. The first thing her returning consciousness brings her is pain. Whatever parts of her were not protected by her armor are horribly burned, and her flesh has been brutally savaged by the blades of all sorts. She is a dismal sight.
I see.
I see. So I have no idea who is who. Aya defeated her. Oh, so it's not Gilgamesh! Gilgamesh unleashed his noble phantasms, and she could not defend against so many. Then Aya struck her.
Is this Codebean? Who's narrating?
I'm doing that. You know what? I'm just gonna do this as Archer.
Is this a typo? Was this an accident? I can't tell.
She barely managed to deflect it with Excalibur, but the damage to her body was too severe. Maybe it's Rin? Her wounds heal on their own without using magical energy, but even the protection of the sacred sword sheath is unable to return her to full health.
It can't be Rid, because Rid is unconscious back at Shirou's place.
That's right. And then... This is it, Saber. I hope you are not still refusing to admit defeat, even in this state. Gilgamesh walks forward, not a scratch on his armor. Saber lies on the ground, looking up at her enemy. There's nothing she can do right now. Nothing can stop her from doing whatever he likes with her now.
Don't say it like that.
Ugh.
Gilgamesh, what was that light?
Despite the situation, Saber is more concerned about the light. That flash of light. That deep darkness that welled up from the far side of the temple, and for a moment covered the world itself. She doesn't want to think about it, but that darkness might have been aimed at Shirou. That light just now? You know it's the cause. It's
Curse.
the curse.
Why do you keep saying cause?
It's I don't. The U and the R. It's a common. It's like it's definitely dyslexia.
Okay, all right. I was concerned there. I was like, it's as you're having an aneurysm. I know I am.
It's like I'm trying to send you. Just find the cause. Find the cause.
He keeps saying cause, but I think he means curse.
Guys, I think he's talking about Just Cause 6. That's the one we're on now, right? I think 5 is the most recent one.
Mm.
Kotamine must have summoned it straight from the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail apparently holds within it something capable of cursing the entire world. The pollution we've seen so far is nothing more than the result of leaking from the Grail. And now it seems the main body has emerged. Your master is dead.
Can't be.
Saber wills her body to move. But she knows she can't. She can't lay down, though.
Wait, how is this? Wait, I'm confused. We picked the good ending, right? This is what Tiger told us to do. Why is everything so bad?
Well, I'm sure it's going to be like a come-from-behind victory.
Oh, okay.
I know there's one CG. There's one CG of her and Gilgamesh we haven't seen yet.
Yeah. Lies. Shirou's still alive. I can still...
She can still feel her connection with her master. It's weak, like the faint embers of a fire on the verge of going out. But Shirou is alive. Yeah, see? We're fine.
Mm-hmm.
She has to keep going. If he fights something unheard or incomprehensible, Shirou will be no match for it. Saber clings to that faint warmth and again wills herself to move. But it's useless. Even the sacred sword sheath needs a few more minutes to restore her. It's too late. Stay here, Saber. No matter what you do, the Holy Grail will soon overflow. It will be a repeat of 10 years ago. This time, though, the ritual is for you rather than me. The Golden Knight smiles as he turns his gaze up to the burning red sky. Rejoice, Saber! Once the contents of the Grail have rained down upon you, you will become like me. You will gain flesh in this world and enjoy your second life. Of course, you may not retain your sanity as I have.
Fuck you. I don't like this man.
Saber
Shirou!
looks up at him, bewildered.
I don't like this man. Shirou! Where are you?
Shirou, take me home and make me dinner. She can sense the immensity of the curse. It is a magnificent cluster of magical energy. With so much power, any magecraft would be possible. Were a caster to wield it, the possibilities would be endless. But it's a double-edged sword. It curses humans, and only humans. Even heroic spirits would not be able to remain themselves after coming into contact with that curse. That's when she realizes. Gilgamesh. A decade ago, that corruption even swallowed up the most ancient king of heroes. Then...
Gilgamesh. You're not telling me you...
He's gone mad. Oh? Do you think so, King of Knights?
Yes. Yes, they do. We're all in agreement. Yes, yes.
And this is why Gilgamesh acts so differently in pretty much any other piece of media.
Gilgamesh is, but of course, as we all know, for all of you out there who are saying that when Gilgamesh says, no, there's no way I'm corrupted by the Grail, or while some of the things say he's not corrupted by the Grail, I don't think that's what it means. I think Gilgamesh's ego is so big that he thinks he hasn't been corrupted, but he has. Basically, his ego is so big, it won't allow him to believe that it's possible that he could be corrupted.
Oh, do you think so, King of Knights? Gilgamesh looks down at Saber, laughing merrily. It's strangely out of character for him, but the look seems somehow appropriate. Do not underestimate me.
Sounds
How could
legit.
I call myself a hero if I could not drink up something so paltry as a curse? All the world's evil. Ha! It is nowhere near potent enough to contaminate my glorious self. Listen, Saber. A hero shoulders the weight of all humanity. And I did that eons ago. Yeah, basically, just proving exactly what you said.
Yeah.
Hearing those words, Saber gasped.
She knows in that moment that she will never understand this heroic spirit.
Nor should you try. He just does whatever he wants, Saber. It's this. Even though I love the man, he's just like Kotamine. He is not meant to be overly deep. He is what he is. He lives on charisma alone.
His unthinkable arrogance, the staggering ego leading him to believe heaven and earth exist only for him. His ruthless choices that bear no regard for any but himself. All of these things are completely opposite of her own beliefs of what it is to be a king. But he was a king. Even Saber cannot deny that. No other servant than Gilgamesh could have retained their sense of self after being bathed in that immensely powerful curse. Forcing you to swallow the mud may be entertaining, but once you lose your mind, let us resolve to be married.
No. No.
Yes.
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 No. No.
If you want to marry me, say no. Fuck!
Here it is.
Yep, there it is. This is the CGI I was talking about.
Gilgamesh, you are unbelievable.
Oh? Do you dislike such rough treatment?
I do not like being held upside down, if that's what you mean.
You had best get used to it. I do not believe in restraint when it comes to women or I devour both as I please.
Gross.
Saber glares up at Gilgamesh as she hangs upside down. So you're acting out of a sense of duty to your master as a servant. Pathetic. I can't believe you gave him your body and soul simply because of the constraints the commands placed upon you.
I did more than that. I like how Saber is just straight. What do you mean? Straight, like as the straight man of the comedy routine happening right now? Or do you mean straight like sexually? Because I can tell you now.
I've seen some doujin of her Iris still.
Yeah. I can tell you now that everybody is bi in Fate Stay Night until proven otherwise.
Even Gilgamesh.
Even Gilgamesh. Oh, especially Gilgamesh.
Mm-hmm. Enkidu.
Mm-hmm. Guys, just so you know, Enkidu is the top, too.
That is why he was my only friend.
No. When you get picked up, usually your body bends due to gravity, but nah, she's just straight. Oh, you mean the way she's straight? Nah, she's kind of like, she's got one leg in the air, and then as you can see that the other one over there, I like how I'm putting to the screen, like you guys can see it. But she's got the other leg is at an angle.
Yeah, you can barely make it out.
Yeah. So she's got one leg up, and then the other thing, she's not completely straight. She's slightly on a curve. But because it's diagonal, you can't really see it that well.
Also, this is old Takeuchi art.
Yeah, this is old
Takeuchi
Takeuchi art.
What kind of issues with angles there are?
Yeah. Takamichi uses angles, I think, to get away with his not great anatomy that he had back then. He is better at it now when drawing Saber. Just Saber, though.
And only Saber.
Saber! Saber is perfect in every time that he draws him. Someone commented,
even when you mirror her.
yeah, even when you mirror her, somehow it looks exactly the same. It's so uncanny.
I still remember how funny it was seeing that one promotion for Heaven's Feel with like it was her with Sakura in the foreground.
Yeah.
And then it just mirrors it.
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. It wasn't Sakura who was perfect.
Yeah, so Takeuchi just likes Saber and only Saber. I mean, the man draws what he wants, I guess. I do not obey anyone. That's the freedom I never had.
Oh. So are you saying that you will not be mine no matter what? His red eyes rake over Saber. They are entirely devoid of human emotion. If she disobeys, he will kill her. No matter how attached he may be to something, if it does not obey him, he will simply destroy it. That is simply how Gilgamesh sees the world.
To which we know that this is bullshit in other adaptations.
Yeah, Gilgamesh likes people.
Yeah. Gilgamesh likes people, and surprisingly, especially when it comes to, like, one of his favorite people, which is Hakuno, he is amused when they are sassy with him. When they're like, no. And he's like, what did you say? I said, no. Here, have a piece of candy. Oh, yay, candy.
Say it again. Please, I'm almost finished.
Finished with what? Nothing.
Nothing. AUO cast off! Saber doesn't look away. She simply glares hatefully at Gilgamesh.
No, don't do that, Saber. That'll turn him on more. Gilgamesh, I will never be anyone's possession. I belong to my nation. I am a king before I am a woman.
She's not saying this to anyone in particular. She's simply expressing the tiny warmth still within her heart.
And I already gave away my opportunity, so ha.
Ha! Listen to you. Do not make me laugh, Saber. A country is simply one of its king's possessions. If he cannot rule everything, a transcendent being like a king serves no purpose. Honestly, King Arthur, it is no wonder your own country turned on you. The Golden Knight mocks her for her naivete. Her heart is set now.
If I just move my sword slightly, I feel like I can just stab him because gold is not good.
It's
good
like it's
armor.
glowing like a lightsaber. Maybe it operates the same way. I could just touch him and he'll die.
Yes, you are correct. But listen, King of Heroes. Your arrogance is what destroyed your country.
Such fierce spirit. Saber twists her entire body, using the leverage to kick Gilgamesh in the face with every leg.
Yeah!
Yeah! Gilgamesh releases her. Saber stretches her arms out and arrests her fall, then springs upward. You dare kick a man? It seems you really do require discipline! Saber! She closes her eyes and looks within herself.
It's no wonder your country turned on you.
It is not. I mean, it has quotations marks, so it had to have been said aloud. Maybe that was Gilgamesh.
Mm-hmm.
It's no wonder your own country turns on you! It is not news to her. Since her summoning as a saber, she's been hearing those words over and over. It's different with him. He grew angry with her as if it had been about him, but he also thought her actions were worthy of pride. She knows what she must do. Even if she has no hope of victory, she cannot stop here. She needs to do something while she can still feel that warmth inside her. She has to get to her master as fast as she can. She's about 8 meters from Gilgamesh. She positions herself at the ideal distance for intercepting an attack, which she's just experienced firsthand. Her body won't move the way she wants. She can barely grip her sword, and her legs are hardly able to bear her weight. Even a weak blow would be too much for her now. But she shows neither weakness nor hesitation. Let me ask you one thing. Even Gilgamesh feels he has to prepare himself. The Golden Knight readies Ea, his eyes on his opponent. Are you quite insane? Saber doesn't answer. But her determination is there to see in her eyes. Fine. Then I shall not hold back. The air itself roars. Ea, the sword of rupture from ancient Mesopotamia, is said to have divided heaven and earth to create the world. Gilgamesh, the king of heroes, readies his supreme sword to finally put an end to him. The atmospheric vortex it creates, the sheer quantity of converging far exceeds Saber's Excalibur. Begone! You are no more than an eyesore now, woman! Gilgamesh raises his sword. Saber mirrors the movement in perfect synchronization.
Wow.
Their eyes meet for an instant. Enuma Elish! Gilgamesh flourishes his sword. But Saber's sword falls to the ground useless. She lacks the strength to activate her noble phantom.
Bop, 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 bop. Alright. I thought that looks like my thing wasn't looking there for a second. Alright, there we go.
You back?
Yep.
The light which can sever all things bursts through her. Unable to do anything, she is swallowed up by the light. The moment I'm engulfed in darkness!
Is that Shirou again?
I'm sure it is.
Mm-hmm.
Hell itself is imprinted on my mind!
So what do you think? Do you think that last time the eye showed up was a typo? Or
I mean, it has to have been.
Because
it has to have been.
Because that was a third person segment.
I don't... It's like, if there was another character there narrating who we just don't know yet, maybe, but... I don't know who it could be.
Yeah.
Because as you said, it couldn't be Rin.
Yeah.
Like, I played it as though it was Archer, but...
Mm-hmm.
The 5 starting penalties: life, body, imprisonment, humiliation. Let the myriad sins, mud, darkness, and malice continue to surround and eliminate human rights through decapitation, exile, and repression. Let the body descend into a state of torment and debauchery. Eliminate group consensus by forfeiting honor.
Isn't this the official translation that was notorious for its translation? So, I mean, we've been playing this since August, and we've constantly been annoyed at
so many like punctuation issues.
Punctuation. There's a couple of grammar issues. I think we came across one spelling error, which not so bad, but I think but there was one spelling error that I think that we made note of. But other than that, I feel like since the translation is the only thing that goes to thing, I think they should look over this one more time and maybe fix up the translation a little more. But anyway,
when Hollow Ataraxia comes out and we do it, we read it, we need to have alcohol on hand so we can play a drinking game.
mm-hmm.
Die. Ridicule through greed and arbitrary decisions that freeze assets and property. Imprisonment, fines, the death penalty. Crimes committed in the name of personal grudges. Crimes committed to satisfy selfish desires. Crimes committed unconsciously. Crimes proclaiming self-consciousness. Civil disturbance, socialization, fraud, theft, murder, kidnapping, self-harm, violence, bombing, infringement, manslaughter, group violence, professional negligence, overconfidence.
Guys, we live in a society. Die.
Accidents by intoxication, cover-ups, crimes for personal gain, crimes committed in the name of ego, crimes committed in the name of love, crimes committed in the name of virtue, crimes committed for themselves, theft and embezzlement, fraudulent cover-ups, contraband, crime, hate, grudge, attack, dirty, you're all dirty.
I'm sorry. It's like I was able to read it at first, and then
You're
it started.
okay. Let me try. You're all dirty at one. At one. No, that would be at one. And
oh my god!
Excellence.
I think that's enough. I think. Speak of the devil, I think that's a typo.
I think this is I think it's supposed to be at one.
I think that's after the at one. I think it's supposed to be a V, not a C.
Yeah.
Violence.
A violence.
Because the C and the V are next to each other on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Speak of the devil, we found another.
Hey, crimes, victims, atone. This world is ruled by non-humans. I think that's what that was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Know your consciousness, tourists. To rectify your sins.
We all had
It was the at one that was constantly screwing me up.
Yeah. We all had a fucking stroke trying to read it. You're right. We did. Now see.
Who's
die.
I'm here alone.
Die.
Know the penalty of your sins. Herein lies the goodness of.
Ooh.
Unaware of the totality of what he is exposed to. Know the violence used to cover up the crime. Know the authority that hides the malignancy of man is here, so hard to that it stands out in sharp relief. 100 benign, 1 malignant. To balance it out, the malignant shines strong and reigns as the mighty and evil to compete with the benign masses. The 5 starting penalties.
Die. Die.
I need a drink.
Die.
For you.
It's funny because Azure keeps cutting out and it matches with the music.
What?
I said it's funny because you keep cutting out occasionally and it matches with what the background music is right now.
For you. Solicitation, fraud, theft, robbery, kidnapping, self-harm, tyranny, arson, infringement. Dirty, you're all dirty! Atone at one. Violence, crimes, victims at one. Die to atone!
Oh, at one is atone. Oh.
I feel stupid for only just now seeing that!
I thought it was at 1. We are not smart. It's okay. Oh, die, 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 die. Die, 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 die,
Put on your
die.
3D glasses now. My brain's going to explode. Same.
Mm-hmm.
The mud eating away at my body does not peel off. It mercilessly robs me of my warmth.
Blame the translation. No, I can't blame the translation for that one. I just didn't, my brain just didn't comprehend that it was trying to say at tone. I just thought it was saying at 1. At 1 what?
At 1, Sherry, don't you see?
It's at 1.
It's the cause. I feel the horrible curse crushing all of my senses, crushing me. Darkness I can't look at directly. Ugliness I can't acknowledge. Crimes I want to run from.
Well, I mean, we didn't show you any crimes. We just listed off the type of crimes.
Yeah, it was weird. The mud just screamed at me. All man's sins.
Oh no, is this basically the tape from Yu Yu Hakusho?
I was literally thinking that! Like, as soon as you said, is this, my mind immediately went to the chapter black tape. I'm going to die! Anyone caught in this darkness wouldn't be able to resist letting it devour them, just from the sheer pain and disgust!
You know, if this is the what they showed him on the tape that made him go evil, I would say he has a weak mind. I mean,
see what it actually was the original sex scenes from Fate's Day Night. But Kotomine said it once. The curse is what killed Kiritsugu. That's enough to banish the darkness.
oh, hi, faces.
Heat returns to my body. Blood rushes through me, wounded as I am, and helps me get back to my feet.
If you guys think that this is the most horrible thing you're gonna see in Fate's Day Night, I can't wait till you guys get to Evansville.
I hope you aren't afraid of worms. And why not? I mean, Kiritsugu Emiya shouldered all of this for years! Did he die, his own wishes unfulfilled because those voices never stopped screaming at him to atone?
Nah, I think it just started, I think it ate up to him like cancer. I think it was like having cancer, Shirou. I don't think there were any voices. I think his body was like just cancer at that point.
His cancer had cancer.
Mm-hmm.
He said he wanted to be a champion of justice. He ran around like an idiot trying to be useful to someone, and in the end, nobody let him do what he wanted to do. Even so, he still pursued something, the ideals he'd given up on.
Did he?
And then, I don't know. This is what Shirou thinks. Just let him have this.
Yeah, we'll let him believe that Kiritsugu was this kind of great guy.
And then in the end, the words of some silly kid lifted a burden from him, and he finally let himself believe that everything would...
No, I'm pretty sure his last thoughts were, oh god, my son's an idiot.
It's like, I have damned this boy to a horrible death. I have to stand up. I said I was going to take his place and carry on his dream. If I really am the son of Kiritsugu Emiya, the champion of justice, I can't let the bad guy beat me. Tosaka told me. I need to win even if it kills me.
Yeah, you better do it. I hate losing worse than people dying.
Saber told me. Kotomine is the enemy I have to defeat.
I did? I thought I told you just to survive.
Even Kotomine said, if I'm going to fight, I should put my life on the line. That's right. What can I put on the line here if not my life? I don't have anything else to offer anyway.
And he's dead.
And he died mad. I desperately leap out of the mass of black mud!
Mom said I could do anything if I put my mind to it. Do you think that's what Irisfield would say, Asher?
I think that she would want Shirou to kill Kotomine. If I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear his surprise! My throat is burning!
I do find it hilarious that we only ever get to see Irisfield acting as Shirou's mom in the Prisma Ilia verse, and most
Where
of her
she should be arrested.
Yeah, and most of her comments are just like, "Well, I always knew my son would probably get in trouble one of these days. I need to cut it off before anything bad happens." To which I would say, Irisfield, that's not how you raise children.
Every breath is like swallowing glass.
What? Oh, don't worry about it. Just a Prisma Ilia thing. Don't look it up.
Don't watch it.
Yeah. Well, I
This
mean,
is not reverse psychology. Don't watch it.
I guess you can watch the movie for the action sequence, but only that. Only thing. Just those. Nothing else.
Mm-hmm. If you do, just remember, we warned you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. Tears of frustration stream down my face. I might just burst from sheer anger before the curse can tear me apart.
Impossible. Have you truly just shaken the curse off?
That's stupid! I hate it here.
That's stupid! This whole thing is stupid! The Holy Grail is bullshit!
I push my body, forcing it to run!
No warning needed. I watched it years ago. Oh, you poor child.
Then why are you acting like surprised? One hand goes behind my back. I grip the dagger I've been concealing this whole time.
Unbelievable. You managed to escape and your next action is so pathetically foolish. I suppose you must simply have run out of ideas.
The movie was fucking good. You're right. The movie is ridiculously good, which is why the Prisma Ilia is always something that disgusts and enrages people at the same time, because how dare it have all this good stuff, but it's bogged down by all the bad stuff.
It's like Disney Star Wars and Andor.
Yeah. And I'm like, how can this be so good, but everything else is so bad?
Shut your damn mouth! I never had a plan in the first place!
Oh no, now he admits it.
I run! Kotomine sticks his hand into the waterfall behind him and draws out another lump of darkness.
I cast dagger at the darkness.
Then you can follow your servant. That light you saw earlier was Saber's defeat. You have no one to help you now.
There's no more hesitation now. If I get my hands on Kotomine, he will regret what he just said more than anything else!
I cast mud.
I still have a command spell on my left hand. I don't know if I'm alive or dead, but that is the proof, and I can feel the truth of it! As long as I still have my command spell, Saber's still with me! If she's still here, She must have defeated Gilgamesh and be headed to me right now!
Oh, they're still at a standstill.
And if I don't greet her with open arms when that happens, well, I know her enough to know she'll be mad. So I'm gonna beat you here and now! To fulfill the promise I made to her! Darkness closes in on me. Kotamine releases a giant, massive curse. My body begins to crumble, starting with the extremities.
Not now, Shirou.
Ugh!
You can't fall
I
apart
won't.
yet. We still need to complete
I
the
won't
chapter.
look away! If this is my role, I'm not done yet! Enuma Eish! A fault line splits space itself.
Space.
With a flash of light and a roar of wind, Ea releases a vortex of pure destruction. The sheer intensity prevents Saber from using her own noble phantasm. So she lowers her sword and lets herself sway as if collapsing. The light draws near. Saber's too injured to dodge, and there is no shield capable of defending Ea's attack. That furious dance of light and wind can only annihilate everything in its path. Nothing can stand up to Ea. It is an immutable fact. Both of them knew it to be true. A few hours ago. For once, that astonished cry comes not from Saber, but from the Golden Knight wielding Ea. Ea continues to release its torrent of magical energy, unleashing a ravaging beam of destruction. But Saber is on her feet, stepping into the light of Ea's power. Her silver armor screams. Cracks splinter every layer of magical energy protecting her. With not a second to lose, she closes the gap between her and Gilgamesh.
Excalibur. I don't know how they say it in Japanese.
To counter Ea's destruction, Saber releases every drop of power at her command.
I'd say things louder, but my parents keep complaining when I voice act things.
Tell them that you only listen to your subscribers. Scorching heat scorches... Searching heat.
Searching heat scorches the
I've never
earth.
heard of that before.
Huh.
Searching heat scorches the earth in all directions in a brilliant flash of light.
I don't
would've
think
said
this is
serum.
right.
Two titanically powerful swords clash. Their power so vast it creates a visible border as the two struggle against each other. Come on, bitch, we're gonna DBZ this shit.
Yeah, beam struggle. Bah.
By the way, I love the fact that everyone refers to it as struggle, but like that was never like an official term. It was just all individually came up with. But is it all for nothing? Excalibur cannot beat Ea. Even if Saber risks her life and attacks without concern for the consequence, she can only push back just the smallest bit. The scales tilt in favor of Ea, and Excalibur's light weakens, pushing Saber back.
Beam struggle.
I see. So you have lost your mind, Saber! The Golden Knight draws Ea back, but then sees his enemy's renewed reckless advance, so he pours yet more magical...
I know you are, but what am I?
There's no turning back now. All there is to do is to use his full power to utterly annihilate Saber. Ea's segments spin faster, 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 reaching their maximum speed, and the light that envelops Saber cuts Excalibur down. But in the instant before that happens, Saber charges. A tiny opening created by Excalibur's power allows her to take a single step closer. In the instant she reaches that space,
Just stab him.
her noble phantasm appears.
And I just slid it through.
Okay, so now we're in third person for.
That's alright. Darkness buffets Shirou as he were caught in Win-Win Tunnel. There is no avoiding or deflecting darkness that coats space itself. Those swallowed by darkness can only be consumed by it. Why am I reading this in this way? I do not know. I figured I'd give Azure a
You're
break.
welcome to read it. That's not the voice.
I figured I'd give Azure a break. Hi, this is me reading this.
I have no fucking idea how you did rewrite changing between 5 voices. Ah!
He's corroding from the fingertips inward. His legs kicked at the air as if swimming. His outstretched arms are swallowed up in the black mud. His vision fails him. It's like being erased. Shirou feels himself shrinking, but he refuses to die. He tries not to look away, pours every ounce of his strength he has into resisting. He fights the darkness covering him, the pain trying to melt away his body, and the curse trying to dissolve his mind. It's all in vain. No human could resist this corruption. And yet he continues to move. His arm is still raised, held out, trying to grab something. But his heart is already broken. His thoughts are smothered in darkness, and soon it will consume him. But in that moment, you are my... Why did he remember that voice? Hi, it's me, the voice inside your head. Hi, Shirou!
I wasn't expecting you to be a girl.
A light in the darkness. The moment he realizes it's that light, everything runs in reverse. The switch flips. His thoughts gain speed, creating crackling sparks, and form from shape with astonishing speed.
Trace on!
He murmurs the spell to begin projection. In that instant...
Trace on! Shirou whispered.
It's complete, skipping every step of the manufacturing process. He didn't need to reproduce it from scratch.
I'm gonna hit you with the scabbard of my sword!
The shape has already been engraved into his very soul. It is a part of Shirou Emiya for so long that he's perfectly memorized it. Well, I'm so glad that Shirou can replace the scabbard-sized hole in his body. I'm sorry, we joked about this a couple of streams ago. So... You were my sheath. His fingertips, desperately reaching, move again. They grab hold of the object he created without concentration or spellcasting. The world turns on its head, darkness eradicated by golden light, and Shirou's grasp, duplicated flawlessly, is Saber's sheath. But can there be more than one that exists at a time? Anyway. And so, as Aya's all-destroying light burns everything away in its path, Saber releases her own noble phantasm.
It's like symbolic. What?
And what appears before her is, without question, the sacred sword's sheath. The mystics which shrouded are unknown, but it's the sheath that repels Aya's light. No, this is beyond simply defending its wielder. Instead, it cuts her off completely. The wall that keeps the filth of the outside world from fairyland, a world that cannot be reached, forever isolated from the rest of the world. Saber is protected by the sheath of the sacred sword, and, for a moment, she exists apart from all reason and logic in this world. It is the greatest protection in the world. Why do we keep saying world? I don't fucking know. Anyway, nothing, not even the 5 magics, can pierce this perfect defense. Which is bullshit!
Masha's like, this is bullshit. This is my thing.
Yeah. And so the sheath is named Avalon. Avalon, it is the place where King Arthur is said to have gone after dying. The utopia the king dreamed of, but yet could not reach. Gilgamesh sees the Grim Reaper raising its scythe.
Wait, am I going to die here?
But it's too late. Ea won't stop rotating, and Gilgamesh can't retreat. How could he? Who could ever have believed an attack with so much magical energy, such unimaginable power, could ever be blocked? Because of bullshit type moon power scaling! Woo!
How dare you stoop to such a petty trick? Great facial expression on Saber there.
A shriek of blue surges forward. And look, all her armor's gone. Saber's armor is gone. She has shed her armor so she can use its magical energy in her sword. Vexu?
Saber! Oh, wow. I have not seen that image of Gilgamesh before.
The delay killed me.
Yeah, you cut out there throughout that.
Sorry.
You know, only the most important part of the visual novel.
It's fine. Don't worry, Discord is a flawless system, and we can totally hear each other at all time.
Mm-hmm. The moment he takes the sheath, the darkness is dispelled. The darkness surrounding Shirou Emiya, the darkness that contaminated his body, fades all at once.
Impossible.
But this should come as no surprise. The sacred sword sheath protects its owner. That filthy mud could not possibly destroy the embodiment of the utopia the girl sought. He runs. In the instant the darkness is dispelled, he moves with all the speed of a comet.
Discord, that explains everything. Yeah. I mean, I don't know when another...
It's been getting worse.
Yeah.
It has been getting noticeably worse.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know when another voice chat will arise from the ashes to take over Discord's place. Let me know when that happens. So I can migrate to the next system.
Projection? Who the hell are you?
The priest, so assured of his own strength, and the boy who could afford no such arrogance, face off. It is but an instant, but that instant decides the battle. Kyrie Contamine! Shirou Emiya runs, sometimes stumbling onto all fours. In one hand, he holds the dagger. He scrambles forward on his hands and knees towards the priest.
Blood. I feel y'all. I tried streaming and my internet starts to cut off and becomes shit, so I can't carry a normal conversation. Yay, we stabbed him right in the heart. I'm sure that'll work. Anyway.
Shirou doesn't stop. He thrusts the dagger of retribution into the priest's
Maybe it'll act like a bomb.
The priest turns slowly.
He looks like a fish. Don't you think?
That hurts my throat. I shouldn't have done that. Before he can leave, Shirou steps down on one foot to ground himself and turns in a circle using the momentum of his dash. He inverts himself like a top, and he floods his left hand with magical energy.
and like a whirlwind.
Yeah! I don't know
What?
I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah, it does act like a grenade.
His magical energy pours into the Azoth blade, along with the word to trigger its release.
Thank you, Rin. It's almost like
Do
you
you
were
think-
here vicariously.
Do you think we should go until we're done?
Yeah, let's try to finish this tonight.
Saber swings her golden sword. She must not have had the energy to push herself back up. Saber keeps her sword down, head down. Gilgamesh stares wide-eyed at the knight as she cuts him in half.
And Saber's like, no,
And this-
no, you're dead. Don't get back up.
In the silence after, the wind whispers
Through the compound, there it goes.
There remains not a trace of the light that had flooded the area seconds ago. The two knights do not exchange words. They simply stand facing each other as the battle ends.
He's dead. He's dead. He's dead.
Gilgamesh sighs. He lifts a hand and traces a finger along her cheek as if to check the knight.
No.
Such an impudent woman. You opposed me to the very end. His golden armor begins to fade. The bloody king of heroes starts to disappear. But I shall forgive you. Some things are beautiful precisely because they are unattainable.
This is what I mean. This idiot likes it when people say no to him.
His fingers slip away from her.
The second that at any time, this is why I don't like the people who do ship these two together, because because Gilgamesh is never serious about Saber. He simply likes Saber simply because she doesn't say yes to him ever. The second she says yes, he will lose interest. In fact, I think that's the reason why, outside of the joke stuff, Gilgamesh doesn't give Arturia the time of day in FGO. From my understanding.
It's like, why do I need you? There are so many other waifus around here.
Yeah.
Mary. The arm he'd raised to touch her falls weakly. I suppose it wasn't inevitable then that I would lose to you. He clicks his tongue in displeasure. And then at the end, farewell, King of Knights. It was certainly entertaining. He smiles ironically and vanishes.
And there he goes.
I could have sworn there was a CG for that, but maybe I'm thinking.
Maybe they got rid of it for this version of the novel.
That seems like taking out a CG seems like a weird thing to do.
Well, I mean, technically they took out a bunch of CGs.
Well, there's a difference, a marked difference between what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Pale blue sparks flicker along the priest's form. They spread in all directions from where the dagger protrudes from his chest. No flesh falls away, and there's no sign of bleeding. Even so, the battle comes to an end. He's not even looking at me. Instead, he stares down at the dagger in his chest in confusion.
I don't have a heart, so why does it hurt?
It's like, why is this killing me? What the fuck?
The wind is blowing. A gust of wind blows from the hollow overhead, muffling the sound around him. In the silence that follows,
Why do you have that sword?
Kotamina's voice is low, mumbling. It's not mine. Tosaka lent it to me. She told me to tell you you're a bitch, by the way. I'm not sure how long he was thinking. He takes a deep breath and finally moves, having been motionless from the moment I charged, hailed him with the blade.
I see. I once gave it to some girl as a gift, maybe 10 years ago.
I can't believe I didn't remember it was Rin until now.
Yes. No wonder I've gotten so weak.
Bullshit, Kotomine! Don't give me at the end of your life! Oh, I did care for Rin. Don't give me that bullshit, Kotomine. Don't give me that.
Collapses.
You can't even care for your own daughter, let alone someone else's.
I have a daughter?
I watched it all unfold. Even on the brink of death, he spoke of himself as if he were talking about someone else. Finally, the priest sinks into that which he summoned, the very thing he wished for.
Become
No,
one
don't!
with
That'll
the
bring him back to
mud.
life!
No, Shirou!
And that is the end of Kirei Kotomine.
Maybe.
This time, the true end of a long battle.
Every party has a...
With the enemy defeated, only one task remains.
Get Ilya down from the sky?
Yes, we need to put some clothes on her.
Mm-hmm.
The dark hollow in the sky. The mud has stopped pouring from it, but that eerie void continues to quicken. It's the Holy Grail. The omnipotent Grail said to be given to the winner of this war.
Sorry, I'm allergic to the darkness.
I'm allergic to curses.
Mm-hmm.
The wind howls. With Kotomine gone, the power binding Ilya vanished.
Quick, catch her!
Ilya's been released from the hollow, and now she sleeps beside me.
Oh, never mind, she's fine.
She doesn't seem to be in danger of dying. She'll probably wake up after we go home and have to.
Too bad Shirou doesn't have a jacket so that we could put her over her naked body.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The war has ended. No one else will get hurt. We won't have to lose anyone else now. No more masters, and the servants will disappear now that their roles are over. I knew this was going to happen. I climbed those long stairs with her earlier. We've already said our goodbyes. All that's left is to bring the curtain down on this whole war. I look up at the hollow and wait. My heart is empty as that void. And then she appears. She walks straight towards me, looking no different than when we met. She stops once we're close enough to touch each other. We neither ask about each other's well-being nor offer any congratulations. This has already been decided. There's only one thing left to do.
I will destroy the Holy Grail. That is my role.
Saber starts walking forward. The strong winds coming from the hollow do not deter her. She approaches one step at a time. She's within range. She quietly readies her sword and looks up at the black hollow. I just watch from where I stand. I clench my fists so hard they bleed. I bite my lip, and I try to hold back feelings fighting for expression. I try to burn the image of her in. And then...
Master, your orders, please. Without your order, I cannot destroy that thing.
her back still to me, she tells me to use my final command spell. When the Holy Grail is destroyed, Saber will disappear. No, since Saber will destroy the Holy Grail with her own hand, she won't have to become a servant. She only became a servant because she sought the Holy Grail.
Oh, Shirou, you silly boy. That's not how this works. I mean...
It's okay. It's 2004. We're still working this shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Destroying the Holy Grail should also be a contract. So
Oh, Shirou, baby, that's not how servants actually work. Servants, from my understanding, is like Natsu is like, nah, servants don't really get a choice whether they become a servant or not. If they're famous, yeah, they became a servant.
The moment she destroys the Holy Grail, her life will end, but she will remain king forever.
Shirou, I would like to hear it from your own lips.
I hear Saber. Every time I hear her voice, I want to tell her not to go. I want to scream my real, honest desire. I want her to stay. And yet, I can't ever say that.
Why not?
Because I'm a good boy. I love Saber. I want her to be happy more than anything else, and I want to be with her forever. But if I really love her, that's not what I should be doing. I love Saber for fighting her hardest, even when she was wounded.
If you love something, you gotta let it go, man!
She gave up everything, and while she was torn apart, she still held to her conviction, even to the very end. If I think that is beautiful, if I think that is something worth protecting, then I can't destroy everything she stood for just for my own happiness. She was born a king, and that's how she lived. Nothing can change that. From the moment she drew the sword and made her vow, she was king, nothing else. That is her conviction. She fought her battles until the very end, believing she was doing the right thing. The dream of a young girl named Artur. She abandoned her own life and chose to be king. She chose to fight. Even when she was told that everything she does would go unrewarded, she still wielded the sword and kept her vow. That lasted for many years. I can't do anything to tarnish the pride she held until her final moment. Saber, fulfill your duty, please. My voice is heavy with emotion. Brady. Light flares around us. The brilliant ray cuts the hollow in front of us in half, leaving no trace of it. Nothing remains.
I love it when the horizon is pink. So pretty.
The mountain's summit has been blasted away, leaving only a... Oh shit, we blew up the mountain!
Oh no!
We gotta get out of here before the news crew shows up! In the distance, the first lights of dawn light the sky.
Well, it's okay. I'm sure the Magic Association will step in and fix all this, and no one will remember it, hopefully.
EC's gonna come here. It's like, my home!
Mm-hmm.
A glimmer of gold peeks over the horizon. My left hand hurts. The final command spell disappears. And then, I accept that it is finally over.
So, it has come to an end.
Yeah, this is the end. There's nothing left.
I see. Then our contract has also ended. I was your sword. I defeated your enemies and protected you. I'm glad that I could keep that pledge.
Yeah, you did well, Saber. I don't know what else to say. Saber is far away. I don't try to run to her. The sun rises. The wind starts to pick up. A golden glimmer shines, seeming to last forever. In it,
There is one thing I must tell you.
I can hear the determination in her voice. Yeah, what is it? I try to at least sound strong. Saber sways. She turns. Saber looks straight at me and says, her voice clear,
I love you, Shirou.
She said it
Now cry, you little bitch, cry! I get the last laugh.
The wind blows over the mountaintop. For a moment, I close my eyes, blinded by the morning sun. Then I open them again.
Thank you for the rip.
I can't believe
No.
I can't believe her final words were to me was she called me a bitch. Ren, she called me a bitch! I don't think I was surprised. I just had a feeling. Our goodbye was always going to be like this. All I see is the wasteland. Saber is gone, carried off by the gusting wind. Just like when she appeared. She left with grace, without a trace. Trace on. Yeah, that's so like you. There are no regrets in my voice. Every memory, both of what I've lost and what I've gained, remains in my heart. I'll keep them all there, forever.
By the way, for all of those who are listening to our dramatic reading of Fate's Day Night, I'm sorry that I can't even keep the serious moment straight. I can't ever let us have a nice thing. I apologize.
No, we gotta marvel this shit. I look out at the rising sun, hoping I never forget any of this. That none of it fades from my mind for... I watch the morning glow spreading over the distant land below. It reminds me of the golden field she'd fought on.
Oh, look at that. It just fades out.
See, whatever happened to Sakura?
I wonder. I guess we'll never know. Anyway, it's time for the end of the series. Let's see what happens. I don't know.
Epilogue.
Epilogue.
I hear a creaking sound. It's the old, heavy, rusted door of the shed open. Light pours in through the crack in the door. It's enough to wake me up.
Senpai, are you awake? Did you remember
Ah,
that
who are
I
you?
existed in the fucking series?
Ah! Ah! I don't even need to look to know who's approaching! It must be that time already. I take a deep breath and open my eyes.
Does this remind you of the opening? Good morning, Senpai. It's time already.
I see that. Morning, Sakura. Thanks for waking me up.
It's nothing. I knew you'd be awake anyway, so I didn't need to do anything.
Oh, she's alive. Yeah.
I can't believe she came back.
Mm-hmm.
They must have added this in the remastered version.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. So how come you came all the way out here to wake me up?
Oh, it's no trouble. I just wanted to wake you up this morning, so I woke up half an hour earlier than usual. Today is a special day, after all.
I'm still hoping that maybe I can take some other woman's sloppy seconds, okay?
Tuesday? Oh. Then I remember. That's right, it is a special day. Sakura, I don't think I even need to ask. Fujine's not here yet, right?
No, Miss Fujimura's not here yet. Oh, but Ilya's already here.
I knew it. If Ilya's here, then that can only mean one thing. Crap. Sorry, Sakura, but I need you to take care of... I'm going to go and wake Fuji.
Oh, okay. Good idea, Senpai.
And we all just live in the temple now.
Luckily, I was up late last night, so... close.
Ilya lives in this route? Neat. Yeah, but...
For a little while.
Yeah,
It's implied that she won't be around for...
yeah.
I'm glad I don't need to change to head out. I'll be back in 10 minutes. You're in charge of the house.
Yeah, rip for Azure Keep book fading out of existence. By you, Discord! Fuck you!
Ah, fuck.
Yes, you can count on me.
We all created the Shirou's might have depression thing, so we all live at the temple now to keep Shirou from possibly trying to kill himself. In some form or fashion.
Hey, Shiro's awake.
Yeah, I just woke up. I'm gonna go wake up. Go help Sakura with breakfast. I pat Ilya on the shoulder and head to the...
She beat me to it. I said I was going to wake up Shiro. Sakura.
Ilya fumes at Sakura as she stomps over to the shed.
You can't hear my voice because I keep bugging out because, I need to get a better microphone, possibly.
I don't know how much that's gonna do.
Just for that pitch.
Just so I can do the little girl voice.
This sort of thing is hardly unusual anymore. Ilya said she wasn't going to return to her home, so I talked to Fune about taking her. She was vehemently opposed and suggested that she would take in Ilya at her house. Since then, Ilya has been staying at the Fujimura house, and of course, she's coming over with Fujine mornings and nights.
And that's where the Taiga Dojo is recorded. So what's happening is after the Fate route, all of that stuff is recorded and then pre-put in back into the game after.
There is some time travel involved.
Yeah.
It goes without saying that they're coming for breakfast and dinner. The two have been living together for 2 months now, and they're practically joined at the hip. When I pass near the shed wall, I hear Sakura and Ilya talking. Ilya is pretty blunt, so I thought she wouldn't get along with Sakura, but that doesn't seem to be the case. They're like an odd couple. Ilya's energetic, while Sakura is more laid back. It seems they get along in spite of their differences. In fact, Sakura has regained her usual thanks to...
Yeah, Ilya told me she killed my brother. It's great.
It's like, oh no, Ilya told she killed her brother? Oh no, Sakura must hate Ilya.
She's the best person I ever knew.
Ever since Sakura's older brother Shinji disappeared and was listed as missing, she stopped smiling.
Sure, I think the opposite is happening.
It's like, I wanted to be the one to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
She must have sensed that he had something to do with the mass coma incident at school. Fretting over Shinji, Sakura shut herself away. It was Ilya who forced her to get over it, and Sakura is cheerful self whenever she's with Ilya. She absolutely just went over there and said, hey, I killed...
Yeah, she just said, hey, I killed your brother! And Sakura said, well, now I don't need to worry about him coming back. This is great. I have the whole house to myself.
It's like, would you like to be my little sister?
Yeah.
But I'm older than you.
Mm-hmm. Technically, my grandfather's still kicking, but I can fix that.
Yep, Sakura's smiling again. I'm truly happy about that. Sakura's most herself when she's smiling, that gentle.
Oh no, what happened was when Ilya went to go get Sakura, they teamed up and killed Zoken for good, and that's why Sakura's in a good mood.
Probably.
Because now she doesn't have anyone to worry about.
They probably got Rin on it too. On it too.
Oh, it was so mean! I offered her a little extra pocket money to wake me up no matter what!
Fujine is in tears as she shovels breakfast in.
I had no choice. If I waited for you to wake up, I would be late. And I worked enough to earn my pay. If you want me to work harder, you should just raise my allowance rather than giving me a little extra time sometimes.
I know you get money from grandfather too. Why is this child such a miser? Nobody will like you if you're so stingy at such a young age.
That's okay. As long as the person I like doesn't think like that, I don't care what anybody else thinks. Oh, by the way, Tyga, I want the money you borrowed from the other day back. It was payday 5 days ago, right?
How do you know that?
Tyga told me. I can give you the details of the conversation if you like.
Ilya grins wryly. Unlike her more friendly relationship with Sakura, Ilya and Taiga are practically cats and dogs. Ilya gets really mean with Fujine. Even her smile reminds me of someone.
Is it my smirk?
You've got until tomorrow. If you can't pay me back, I'll take it out of your allowance, Tyga.
Oh, what? I can't believe Grandfather told you about that!
I'm with him all day. Rhonda even said I'm cuter than you, Tyga.
What have you done, Shirou? This girl is the devil! She's gonna take over the whole Fujimura group!
Ilya becoming a mafia boss. Now that's a spin-off I would have read.
Mm-hmm.
More importantly, why does a grown woman still get an allowance from her grandfather?
Because she's spoiled.
I mean, look at her. She can't take care of herself.
Mm-hmm.
See you later, Shirou. You're coming home early today, right? Then I'll wait here, so come home quick.
Yeah, I'll try. Take care of the house, Ilya.
She might as well just live in this house for all I care, dummy!
I mean, that's what I suggested to you. You were the one who made me give her to you.
Mm-hmm.
Fujine sulks as she hides behind my back.
Yeah, buck up, Tyga. Don't give Shirou such a hard time.
Ilya shrugs off Taiga's comment. Looks like Fujine isn't really in a position to push back against Ilya.
Well, I'm going on ahead. Don't dawdle and wind up late for school, Shirou.
Fujine lets out an engine roar and disappears like a speeding bullet.
Well, as speeding as she can with her moped.
She got her driver's license last month. Since then, she's been late for school a lot less often, but now she has a new nickname. Rocket Diver. She's the only one who doesn't know about it. Phew. I stretch and take a deep breath. Sakura already left for school. She had a pretty big bowl of rice this morning, so she must be driven today. Today is a big day for the Kyudo Club. Now that she's the vice captain, Sakura must be really determined and enthusiastic today. Alright, I should go to school too. Today is April 7th. Schools are starting the new school year, and the season has gone from the cold of winter to spring.
Ah, there they are. The cherry
Yes.
blossoms. The go-to of every anime opening. This is how you know at the start of the school year. The cherry blossoms everywhere.
It's been 2 months.
And also for graduating students. Yep.
I feel like a lot has changed since she left, but the changes all seem minor. Winter is over, and it's finally spring. That's the only thing that's changed. I might have grown and matured, but I'm not a different person or anything. So, not that much has changed. Shirou Emiya is still clumsily stumbling along in creaking footsteps.
No, Shirou! I curse you from Avalon. Don't follow his footsteps! How many times do I have to say that? I can almost still hear her voice for her telling me no, I shouldn't have done that.
Morning, Emiya. Fancy running into you this morning.
Hey there! Nice weather we have today, Tosaka. I wave in greeting.
But is this really a coincidence? We could run into each other almost every day. Well, sure, we never ran into each other often that before.
That was my line.
Oh, sorry, you go that.
But is this really a coincidence? We run into each other almost every day. Well, sure, we never ran into each other that often before.
Run into each other?
Tosaka narrows her eyes and glares at me, unhappy. I don't think getting angry so early in the morning is good for you. Tosaka, did you start leaving your house earlier? You always arrived later. You were never early or late to school.
That's not true. I was just coincidence that we never saw each other. Did you know that your house and mine are in the opposite directions? So if we woke up at normal time and walked down the hill the same time, we would naturally meet up here.
Huh. That's news to me, then I guess that's not so surprising. Wait a minute. That's only possible if our daily schedules are... For Tosaka to reach this intersection at this hour, she'd have to wake up at 6 in the morning. But that's... Tosaka, you must be exhausted. I just come right out and say it.
What are you talking about? I'm not tired, and I'm not pushing myself either. Why would you say that?
Well, because you're not a morning person. If you go to school while you're half asleep, your goody two-shoes front might collapse. You'd be a goner if you fell asleep. If someone woke you up, you'd go berserk and they'd see a terrifying face. Like,
Who dares disturb my slumber?
kind of
Never do something like that. I would never make a mistake like that just because I woke up 30 minutes earlier.
Oh, so you did wake up earlier than usual.
Come on, it doesn't matter what time I get up. If you have time for trivial questions like that, then get to school.
Tosaka huffs and looks away.
Baka.
She has a point. I'm gonna let this go and just resume our walk to school. Guess whose route is next? We walk up the hill. The townscape below has bloomed into a springtime scene. The breeze is pleasant, and the leaves of the cherry blossom tree planted near the school dance on the wind from... It makes me smile.
Hey, are you mostly going to your job this week? Not that it matters to me since it's your time and all, but you're not overworking yourself, are you?
No, I got a day off today. I heard the Kudo Club was holding a welcome party for her, so I figured I'd bring Ilya to hang.
Whoa, you got guts. You don't even bat an eye at bringing Ilya to school. You're something else.
Huh? Is that bad? Ilya seemed bored, so I thought this would be a good distraction.
It's bad. Anyway, I might swing by too. Hard to be bored with Ilya around, and most of all, it's dangerous to just ignore this.
I'm grateful to hear her say that. Tosaka understands Ilya much better than Sakura or I do. It's not just that she periodically checks in on Ilya's health. Tosaka and Ilya are both proper mages. Ilya still doesn't fully understand that she needs to hide the fact that she's a mage, so Tosaka's been a great mentor for her in that regard. Oh, please, that is...
Oh.
As if Ren would ever be Ilya. And so, things are starting to settle in their respective places. The new priest the church dispatched has already repaired most of the damage from the Holy Grail War, and we've more or less gone back into our lives.
Yeah, she seems like a nice lady. Got blue hair. She does a lot of weird things. Anyway, it's fine.
There are things lost that we can never get back, yes. But the wounds are slowly healing, and I should be glad to know that some of the regrets I felt before are slowly fading.
But that was unexpected.
Tosaka mutters under her breath. She looks down at the town, her tone serious. Huh? What was unexpected?
Well, I thought you'd be depressed. I was worried that you'd take a while for you to recover from all this.
She's talking about the girl who's not with me now. It's been 2 months, and this is the first time we've brought up the golden-haired girl. Yeah, I didn't think I'd be able to recover from... I was going out of my mind thinking what might happen afterwards.
But when it actually happened, you acted the same as always. You didn't seem depressed. You even acted like nothing happened the next day.
That's probably not healthy.
That's when I started to get worried about whether you were really okay or not. I can't explain it, but it felt like you were gonna die in some freak accident the next day or something.
Freaking... What? How does me seeming fine end with me dead?
Things like that happen. A person just accidentally archives their life goal and then they keel over and die.
It achieves
Achieves their lifelong goal and keels over and dies. It's my turn to mess up the words. Let's go. It's my turn to get dyslexic. Yeah.
It's spreading.
The moment they think they don't need to live anymore, a car runs them over and they just fall down a set of stairs. They get run over by a car and then they fall down the set of stairs.
I'm pretty sure that's how Zero's girlfriend died in... It's like we all know about the stairs, but we don't know... Huh. That's a little hard to get my head around. I guess she's talking about dying after living a full life, resting in peace, maybe.
That's why I was worried that was going to happen. You know, there are times it's more normal to get spectacularly depressed.
What? Would you have comforted me if I got all depressed?
Of course not. I would have kicked you in the butt and made you get over it in the day. I was just disappointed I didn't get the chance.
She turns away, displeased.
Although Sakura probably would have tried the other, more gentle approach, not gonna lie. She seems to be fine with sloppy seconds for some reason.
It's so funny, I can't help bursting into laughter.
What? What was that funny?
No, your toughest nails line was just so... it was relieving. We continue walking, enjoying the spring sunshine. The hilly road is long, and it continues into the endless blue sky. Then she brings something else up, surprisingly casually.
So you don't have any regrets. You know about Saber being gone?
Her eyes are on the sky as she speaks. Yeah, I don't have any regrets. Probably. I'm not trying to put up a front. I even surprised myself with how at peace I sound.
I got laid, Rin. There's nothing to be regretted about.
Nothing was left unsaid, so I don't regret anything. Everything went into the moment we said goodbye. What I wanted to do. What she dreamed. Maybe we were both stubborn, and maybe I really should have grabbed her hand and made her dream come true. But there was something we both felt was beautiful, and both desperately tried to protect it until the very end. I have no regrets. As she properly ended her time, I can't let myself be stuck in those memories.
Huh. So you've already settled the matter for yourself. So that's why you're not depressed, and you're just going to drown in your memories, and you're not. Yeah, and you're just going to drown in your memories. Okay, I read that right.
Yeah, so like, no, that was right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I still dream about her. I'm gonna remember her for the rest of my life. One day, my memories of her will fade, and forget her voice and her mannerisms. Still, I'll never forget what happened, or that I loved her. Tosaka doesn't say a thing. But for some reason, she looks elated. She's practically skipping now. What's going on, Tosaka? What's the rush? Did something happen?
Nothing. I just want to get to school quickly. Oh, come on. Hurry, Shirou. I'll leave you behind if you're too slow.
She turns around and starts to run up the hill. What the hell? Why would she push herself when she's not a morning?
She got secondhand embarrassment from the love you two shared. It's like when you read a good romance novel. You're like, aw, I'm so happy for them.
Aw,
Mm-hmm.
gross. I grumble, then sling my bag onto my It's only 7:30 in the morning. It's too early for students who aren't involved in any club activities, but I guess there's nothing wrong with getting to school early. I run up the hilly road that seems to stretch into the sky, and I reach the school earlier than usual. Today is the first day of the school year. If I want to celebrate, I need to shake off old memories. Remnants of my memory will never go. I believe that was one of the arcs of Grand Order, wasn't it? Remnant of Memory or something?
Mm-hmm.
But I still need to go on, even if the emptiness in
Ooh.
blue sky is off in the distance. It feels so close. But even if I reached out, I could never grasp it. I've looked to the stars before. There are unreachable stars unfulfilled. Nothing of ours remains behind. So someday my memories of her, even the image of her face, will appear. And yet, even if I can't ever reach her, something will remain in our hearts. There may be nothing physical left, but we both shared time together and looked up at the same things. If I can remember that, I can believe that we're still together, even across such a great distance. Some things are bound to disappear, but others never will. So I'm gonna keep running. If I push far enough, I might one day reach what I'm aiming for. The new beginnings of spring after the end of a harsh winter.
I wonder if it's difficult for Japanese students to go from like one year pretty much directly into the next year.
I would hate it. I mean, of course, being raised in an American style education.
Yeah.
I don't know how the Japanese.
I don't know how to go from, because like I know you guys, they still get like time off in the winter for like New Year's and stuff like that, but they still go through the rest of their school year, and then when April hits, they just do a new school year, and I'm like, how do you do that? How?
I don't know.
Must be built different.
I head up the hill under the same blue sky she looked.
Wow. The battle's over. This is her final battlefield, the battle that split her country in half and ended up with the king's victory.
I assume this is Bedivere.
Mm-hmm. The knights run to her. The battle is over. The blood-red sunset has faded, and now the darkness of night covers the battlefield. The hill is littered with corpses and curses. All that resentment tries and to drag the survivors down with it. Through it all, the knight runs, breathless. He grips his horse reins as the wounded white steed does its best to keep up. The knight and the white horse are the only survivors. Draped over the horse's back is the wounded king. The knight must be wounded himself, but he runs with all his might. The king he serves is on the verge of death. Even after defeating the rival king in single combat, the king sustainable... The king... words... In combat, his king sustained a fatal wound. The knight knows there's no hope here. His king will die soon. He calls desperately to his king. Or perhaps the knight truly believes that his king is immortal. So long as they have the guidance of the sacred sword, the king will never perish. With labored breathing, the knight crosses the mountain of corpses and heads to a forest that has not yet been stained in blood. He knows of his king's immortality, so he believes that if he can only escape this cursed battlefield and lead the king somewhere pure, the king's wounds will be healed. Or rather, he hopes. Unlike the other knights, he always believed in his king. The king had always been isolated at court, shunned by the knights and feared by the people. But the knight was proud of the young king, who never revealed any personal feelings, no matter the situation, and always remained idealistic. The knight did not serve his country, and that is why he entrusted his sword to his king, and strove to aid his king, and rose to the position of the king's personal guard despite his young age. The king whose true face can never be seen. The boy tried to be fair and selfless, and did not allow his personal feelings to interfere with his duties. Rather, he hoped that if he could someday get close enough, he could see his king's real face. That is his greatest desire. He wants so much to see his king's true face, not the stern countenance?
Countenance, yeah.
Okay, countenance the king bore on the battlefields, but his king's true face, a smiling, laughing, human face.
Have you not heard the word countenance before?
No, I have not.
It means a person's face or facial expression.
Ah. Is this more of that reincarnation stuff? No.
No.
That moment would surely come to court when the king is revealed of all duty. Even the most perfect king cannot be on edge all the time. The knight was proved wrong, though. When he learned defied his expectations, he reached the rank of Imperial Guard and stood guard at the king's side. Sorry, the way that they write this is still catching me off guard at a time.
Well, it's like I said, they're repeating words. When it's like he reached the rank of Imperial Guard and stood at the king's side is what it should have been.
Yeah. He guarded the king more closely. That is stupid. I'm sorry. He guarded the king more closely than any knight and always observed the king's behavior. But the moment he wished for never came. His king never smiled. Why does that make him so angry? The king should radiate glory, having achieved such success. But never once did the king seem at ease, even for a moment. He couldn't stand it. He wanted to believe this shouldn't happen. So he wished for his king to be rewarded with light. That is yet to be accomplished. The king still remains solitary, and so the knight refused to accept his king's death. It cannot end here. If it does, this king will never be rewarded. Once they reach the forest, the knight leans his king's body against a large tree. It is a race against time. Even riding hard on horseback, it will take half a day to bring back the troops they left at the harbor. Any who see the king now would believe that the king will not last until dawn.
Until dawn! We brought that reference back.
We did it all! Woohoo! Good job, us. The knight bows to his half-conscious king and returns to his white steed. Bedivere. Before he can leave, the king he thought unconscious calls out to him.
Your Majesty, have you woken up?
Yes, I was having a dream. The king's voice is faint, but there's warmth in it.
A dream? Sire?
The knight's voice is imploring. The king's life is balanced on the tip of a blade. The darkness will surely take his king if the knight does not respond. Yes, I have not had many dreams, so it was a valuable experience.
That is wonderful. Please, have a pleasant rest. I will call for reinforcements while you do.
A faint gasp. The knight's words must have been unexpected.
Your Majesty, have I said something to offend?
No, you only surprised me. Can you still dream after you've woken? Are you saying I will return to that same dream after I close my eyes? Now it's the knight's turn to be surprised. For a moment he is at loss for words. At length he responds, though he knows there is no truth to what he says.
Yes, if you truly desire it, you return to the same. I've experienced it myself.
It's not possible. A dream is a fleeting thing, not something to return to. Even so, the knight lies to his king. It is the first and last time he will do such a thing.
If you can't return to a dream, then how come I keep back in college and we're halfway through the semester and there's that one class that I have not been to the entire time?
It's because you're having a great amount of anxiety, Azure. That's not a dream,
It's
that's a
anxiety.
nightmare.
It's anxiety. That's the stress talking.
Mm-hmm. I see. You are quite knowledgeable, Bedivere. The king's soft voice is admirable. The king's head remains tilted down, not looking up at the knight. The king breathes so softly that it can be barely audible. Bedivere, take my sword. The knight receives his king's final order. Listen, pass through the forest and travel over that bloody hill. Beyond that, you will find a lake. Throw my sword into it.
What? Your Majesty, that would mean...
The knight knows what that means. The sword in the lake. To relinquish the sword that had protected the king and served as proof of the kingship would mean the end of his king. Azure, that hit me where I live. I know it's something about art and math, and I'm failing, and I can't find the classroom.
It's like I'm looking and like I'm sure everyone had this. Like there was kind of like internet program you could use to like check on like to look up like syllabus stuff for like each of your classes, and like I'll look at the schedule. It's like, yep, I've already missed 2 tests.
Well,
and you know, if back in college, the tests are big shit.
Mm-hmm. Go. Once you have fulfilled my order, return here and tell me what you saw. The king does not take back orders. The knight takes the sacred sword and goes over the hill, his indecision weighing heavily on him. And so, 3 times, the knight hesitates to follow his king's command. The lake looms in front of him, but he cannot throw the sword away. Doing so means his king will disappear. The knight's unwillingness to part with his king stays in his hand, and so he returns to his king. Once again, the king orders him to throw the sword into the lake. When the knight lies and claims he's thrown the sword into the lake as order, his king simply replies, "Do as I have commanded you." Defy the king's order is a great sin for a knight. But he's already done so twice. Each time he stands before that lake and he hesitates as though the thought of losing his king. No more. When the knight realizes he cannot alter his king's decision, on his 3rd visit he hurls the sword into a lake, unless it's his fate grand order and he doesn't do it on this moment and causes a time shift paradox that causes a whole problem, but that's for fate grand order. And for
Egypt
something you
gets
all can
involved,
look forward to.
like pharaohs get involved. It's
yeah. The sacred sword returns to the lake.
Bulma from Journey to the West shows up.
Mm-hmm. A white hand emerges from the water and catches the blade, and the sacred sword vanishes from the world. And the knight finally accepts it. The end of his king. The responsibilities that were so long burdened by the knight have finally come to an end. By the 3rd time he crosses the hill, the first rays of the morning light touch the forest. The ruins of the battlefield now distant, and there is no trace of the bloody battle, only a thin haze covers the hill.
I've thrown the sword into the lake. It is back in the hand of the Lady of the Lake.
At the knight's words, the king's eyes open. I see. Then you must stand proud, for you have obeyed your king's command. The knight gives a silent nod to that voice, knowing that the speaker is on the brink of death. It is all over. Turmoil will continue to grip the nation. The wars will not end. The day of ruin will come soon. But the king's battle is over. Because he, or rather she, fulfilled her role to the very end. Light fades. With everything done and the last of the strength that kept her going is spent. I must apologize, Bedivere. This sleep will be a long one. She closes her eyes, slowly, as if going to sleep. The morning light spills through the treetops. As the night drifts to her eternal rest, a hush falls over the forest. The knight continues his vigil over the fallen king, and the king he wished for. The solitary king attended by only a single knight. And he finally sees the look he hoped for on his king's face. A peaceful sleep. In her last moments, the king finally finds the peace that had so long eluded her. The knight is overjoyed. The knight thanks whoever gave his king such a comfort and watches the king with a sense of pride.
I'm realizing what's going on here, and I actually quite like it.
Mm-hmm.
So, because they snapped the time loop,
Mm-hmm.
the saber who just destroyed the Holy Grail is the one who was, like, sleeping peacefully.
Yep.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. And you can think about what are those times that he brought the sword back, what are the dreams is her in the first loop, then maybe it's... At least I think that's what it was implied, that her close to death moments here at the end are her fighting in whatever wars you believe she's taking place in.
The heavens are distant, and the clear sky is blue. I assume we're back in the present. The battle is truly over. Oh, never mind. Are you watching, King Arthur?
His words ride the wind. The sleeping king appears to sink into the endless blue.
May your dream continue.
A distant dream takes her. To Avalon, where I can go and beat up Merlin, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
The battle is over. Let us put our swords down and rest on the momentary peace. After dozing in a warm dream, a new day will dawn. The days will continue on, and we are still following the same star we once saw. Ending scene?
We did
Credits and then ending scene?
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to see the scene here. It's like you have
Or
get like 100% complete.
Maybe.
Because you're talking about the
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Maybe we just got the good ending. Here we are. Look at all this stuff that we did.
Look at all this saber.
Guys, it's been months, and we've reached it. This is the end of this route.
Okay, we need to look for, like, whenever whoever did the quality control.
Now I know you'll go on. Thank you for the Titanic flute, Neko. There's Berserker just holding Rin with a single hand. Sword thing. It seemed appropriate. 1 out of 3 done. Yeah, and if you want to see the other 2, you'll probably have to go do that on your own time. Or look forward
we're taking a break from this shit.
Yeah. Or take a look for our possible recordings that'll happen in the near future, whenever that will be. Although we are going to be taking a break from it regardless. Recording for this will not start anytime soon. We need a break. Also, we're gonna let the characters voice themselves when we do the recordings for the rest of it. But anyway, this was produced by Type Moon, and there she is. Look at her, she's just sleeping there.
Mm-hmm. She's
Peaceful.
dead. That is
She
a dead
dead.
woman. That is
She
a corpse.
dead. It's Finn! As in finished! It's
But
finished.
it's not, because there's 2 more routes!
It's finished.
Yeah, so I guess we do need to check to see which ending we got.
Yeah, what ending did we get? Oh, Saber ending. We completed
A
Saber's
new route has
ending.
been unlocked! In case you wanna hang out with the best girl. Let's be honest.
We did it! Look at all this stuff we got. Oh, look at all of these CGs. But what does this mean? What could this possibly mean?
It means that they reused some scenes.
Look at all the other. Look at all this stuff. Look at all this stuff that we had. Look at this flow chart. Look at this flow chart of things. Look, we went all the way here. Where is it? Where's the ending? We're all the way over here. Oh, we got the true end.
Oh, we got the true end. Cool.
But wait, if we got the true end, why didn't we get the epilogue? Oh well. I won't ask questions.
Probably need to look it up on the Steam forums. That'll probably have the answer.
Maybe we do have to see all the scenes in order to see the true epilogue.
It's like, it feels like it's something that you would only get after.
I can't believe they put a timeline. I think this has always existed. Whee! Look at this timeline. Look at it all. We went all the way.
2 weeks.
2
Yep,
weeks.
that was 2
2
weeks ago.
weeks. Yep. It didn't take us 2 weeks to get through it, though. Should have put one in FGO. Oh,
That's cute.
that you think Natsu knows what the timeline is for that? That is no. I don't think he even knows. I mean, technically the timeline for FGO is 2000 and what? No, it's 2000. We're at 10 years, so it was 2014, and then it's 2015, and then that's it. That's the timeline of FGO, because everything takes place in a year, roughly so far.
It's been a shitty year.
It's been a shitty year in FGO. The dream continues. True end. But what are the other endings? We got 2 Taiga Dojos. So, in order to
There
get
are
an
40
achievement...
bad ends in this game.
Yeah. Look at them all. Look at them all. So in order to get... Oh, look, you click it and that shows you what you did. But anyway. So in order to get, in order to get, like, one achievement, you have to see all the Tiger Dojos. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's the Fate Stay Night. It's been a doozy. This has been 3 hours and we completed the ending.
I mean, we've been staying all night and it is...
Yep. It's time for us to go tonight.
What you should do once we're off stream is, like, go into Steam and look at how many hours put into this game. That'll give us a rough idea of how been at this.
Yeah. See ya, sleepy AF. Yes, go to bed. I'll see you all guys tomorrow for Final Fantasy. And what are we doing next Friday? Well, I don't know yet. Maybe we
Duck
will.
Detective?
Yeah, maybe we will detect some ducks because we played the first chapter, so it's only right we play the next chapter of Duck Detective. Duck Detective. We gotta quack this case wide open. And I know he hates saying that, but you know what? I'm never gonna let that go. I'll never let it go. See how many members
don't
until dawn you can make it. No. I don't like scary game.
Besides, I feel like Until Dawn has kind of run its course. It's like we're like 5 years too late to that party.
Yeah.
It's like, guess what? Dawn was 5 years ago.
That's true. Dawn was 5 years ago. Alright, good night, everybody. Bye!
Bye-bye.
Whee!